Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. And today we're going to be doing a comparison that nobody asked for and everybody's going to get. Yep, we are comparing the Cold Steel Jimmy Slash Chopper with the Condor Knives Woodbuster, which is basically a chopper also. But on my recent video, I kind of put these in the same camp because these are both kind of designed roughly to be, well, this one is a competition chopper, but this one also, I do believe, meets Blade Sports certification. In my last video, I said 5-inch handle, 10-inch blade. I believe you can have a 6-inch handle and a 9-inch blade, or I just don't think you can have anything more than a 10-inch blade. So you can have a bigger handle, a little less blade, but this one meets it because it measures from the front of the guard, or not the guard, but the front of the handles to the tip of the knife. And then this one comes in right around 9 3/4, and overall we are just under 15 inches. So this technically would be able to compete into Blade Sports. This guy, same thing. Also too, there's a 2-inch width minimum, so, or maximum, so you can't have a blade that's wider than or taller than 2 inches. So 2 inches, 10 inches max, 15 overall max, front lanyard hole. So both of these are technically competition choppers, or at least meet the qualifications. Where they differ though is this guy is sitting at right around a 3/16 spine, and this guy is sitting around 5/16. Actually, yeah, right at 5/16. It's a chunker. Because I don't prepare for any of my videos, I do not have the weights on hand. I do believe this one is 28.3 ounces. I do not know the weight of this, so I will put them in right there. So those are your weights, and it makes a huge difference. And in showing that, in a few minutes, we're gonna go cut up some of this stuff. Yes, it's not super hard wood. It's like white pine or Douglas fir or God knows what, but it doesn't matter what you're chopping, in my opinion, as long as you are testing against the same thing every time. You know, to use this knife with this and then try a piece of oak with this, and then, you know, you just can't compare them like that. This stuff is put on pallets, I believe, around pallets and stuff, and they run a strap through here, and it doesn't crush whatever they're putting in there. It's not very strong, but it is a fun, easy medium for me to find at work and take home and chop up and then burn in my wood stuff. So we're gonna cut some of that. We're gonna do like 3 or 4 cuts each, and just try to gauge how much better having that more forward weight and just the heavier knife in general, you know, benefits. And I'm pretty sure everybody by now already knows it's going to benefit a lot. But see, when Condor came out with this, they screwed up 2 times. Number one, they made the knife too thin. This thing should have been a 1/4 inch. It is balanced correctly, about 2 inches in front of the handle, to be, you know, a chopper. So it's pretty balanced. I think this one's balanced just a little bit further. No, it's balanced right about there. But what they did is they clipped the front. When you're chopping, you want that forward heft. I mean, these competition, they're literally called competition choppers. Why would you take the weight off this? I don't understand. That steel should have been there, in my opinion. But that's just me. And if this thing was a 1/4 inch and that was there, this would be a much better chopper. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no slouch. This thing is a freaking beast. Another thing that I do like, but I wish this knife had a little bit of a cant on the handle. Like this one's canted down, which helps chopping a little bit. This one's more straight, so you know, you feel that when hitting stuff. You can definitely feel the little bit of extra power it gives you by having this more canted downwards than this guy, because you have to really, you know, get your freaking movement on there, where this one, it wants to just be there almost naturally. Another thing too, this is a very expensive knife. I spent 450 bucks on it. These are relatively cheap. I think it was like 130 or 100 bucks. I don't know. I'll put the price in here because I don't remember, honestly. But for that, Cold Steel gives you this very crappy sheath. Extremely crappy sheath. That is not a cut by me. That is just crap leather. I don't know what's going on. It just falls apart more and more every time I use it. It looks like they just kind of put pieces together. But I mean, for this much of a knife, you would expect a little better sheath. I mean, they could have spent another $40 on the sheath and got a decent one, because Condor has a fantastic sheath. This thing is awesome. It is just, the knife fits in there good. It's got a this actually makes this knife not Blade Sport certified, because it has to have a secondary or another form of retention on there. So, you know, you slip the knife in and it has to be able to retain the knife. This one does not retain the knife, but I mean, getting a different sheath for this, if you were to try to put this into competition shopping, wouldn't be that hard to do. Make it yourself, sew a strap on here, do something. But this is a fantastic, well-made, real leather. God, it smells good. It smells like real leather. Just, it's supple, it's soft. These sheaths made in El Salvador are just fantastic. Condor does really do a really good job with their leather. Cold Steel, on the other hand, is just junk. This is just crappy. I wish they would have just given me a freaking a nylon sheath instead, because this is almost a slap in the face when you spend that much on a freaking knife. Yeah, enough said. But anyways, it's enough of me babbling. I know you guys aren't here for that. Let's see these two things chop side by side. Fancy new overall day. First off, we didn't even check the sharpness on these guys. We need to do that. Condor, very sharp. Cold Steel, also very sharp. So let's start this off with the Condor here. Just gonna see how many chops it takes to get through this piece of wood, and we're gonna do it 3 times. One. Two. Three. Still a pretty damn good chopper. Now this guy. All right. One. Two. Let's try this side. Whew. She's definitely a better chopper. Now, I just want to hit this as hard as I can and see what happens. There's your penetration. Not bad at all. Now for the big hoss. Oh. So much more penetration. So much more devastation. It's crazy. Oh, I should have halved that. There we go. Let's try to half this one now. Yep. My aim was better, you can tell. Technically. All right, like I said, there's just no competing with a competition chopper when, you know, you just have a standard production knife, you know, in the shape of a chopper. If these two were to actually head-to-head each other, I have no doubt that this one would just spank it all day long. Plus, you know, 3V versus 1075. Condor does a decent job with their 1075, but it's pretty damn soft. I don't know the HRC of this thing, to be honest with you. I'd be lying if I said anything, but I guarantee it's probably heat treated a little harder than the 54 to 56 or whatever this thing is. But yeah, no competition. Anyways, it's just a fun video. I will be doing this knife versus the Tops El Chete next. Let me know if there's something you guys want to see also too, you know. I like chopping wood and I like chopping bottles and toilet paper tubes and whatnot, but if there's something else you want to see, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.